My God, I hate drugs.
President Duterte's trust and performance ratings have slightly increased in the last 3 months of 2018. A Pulse Asia survey shows the president gained a 76% trust score and an 81% performance rating from October to December last year. Last September, the president scored 72 and 75%, his lowest rating so far in his tenure. Meanwhile, Vice President Leni Robredo's approval rating also slightly increased to 62%. Senate President Tito Soto scored 74%, while House Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo gets the lowest score at 27%. Robredo maintained her trust rating at 56%. Same goes for Senator Tito Soto, who maintained a rating of 66%, while Arroyo's score was 21%. Malacanang says the survey results only serve as a message to detractors who, quote, don't see or refuse to see the good in whatever the president does, and says Robredo welcomes the survey results, while House Speaker Arroyo says these ratings were, quote, not new to her. Some employees in the private sector can now have the option to work from home without worrying about their compensation being compromised. Our Trisha Terada tells us more about this new telecommuting law, which labor groups hope will result in more productive workers.
Chelsea Sullivan is a project manager at an innovations company in Ortigas. As much as she can, Sullivan goes to the office because her work requires dealing with several teams and managing clients. But the heavy traffic has taken a toll on her. During rush hour, it takes Sullivan 2 hours to get to Ortigas from her house in Quezon City. To avoid the rush hour, she leaves home late in the morning and returns at past 7 in the evening. Whenever she can, she works from home.
Sometimes I just need a break. But at the end of the day, I still get the work done. That's what's most important, integrity in everything we do.
As someone who benefits from this work from home arrangement, Sullivan is happy that there is now a law for telecommuting.
The traffic situation in the metro can really get you down. It's really tiring, it's really taxing. At least to have that option, of course, it shouldn't be abused or anything, but at least to have that kind of option would be good because you're able to manage your well-being.
Sullivan is grateful that even before the law, her company had already allowed its employees to work from home.
In case of inclement weather or strikes or the like, we allow people to telecommute. Or if, let's say, they have personal problems, we have allowed people to work from home.
They even have their own technology for monitoring and measuring the productivity of their employees.
It was very clear what are the outputs expected of you. And since it's a give and take thing, so they deliver.
Under the law, an employer in the private sector may offer a telecommuting program or a work-from-home setup, provided that the minimum labor standards set by law are met. These include compensable and minimum working hours, overtime, rest days, and leave benefits. But this may not be applicable to all companies.
Maybe in the retail service, that's one major, in agriculture and manufacturing. So this is where the knowledge-based economy would really benefit.
Labor group TUCP believes that this will result in more productive workers.
You're not waking up early, you're not coming home late, you have more time with your kids, you have more quality time, you don't have the stress of commuting through Manila's traffic, and that translates into a worker who won't be sick, who will be absent, who will be spreading viruses at the workplace. It translates to a happier worker who will be able to clear more clearly and will be able to produce products and services that are world-class. And that's our aim.
Trisha Terada, CNN Philippines.
Tech news now. South Korean tech giant Samsung is announcing its next flagship phone next month. The company posted this video invite on social media saying its next Unpacked event will take place February 20. The video also teases what may be the upcoming phone's new display. Samsung is expected to announce the Galaxy S10 at the event. Another South Korean tech firm, LG, is getting a lot of attention thanks to its 65-inch TV that can roll and unroll on demand. CNN Samuel Burke takes a look.
This box above me has a rollable television inside of it. I'm sitting under it so that you can see it's not just going up and down. It's actually unrolling out of the box. We'll show you the technology in a second, but for the past few years, lots of people have thought they knew where TV was headed. 3D TVs? When was the last time you saw somebody with 3D glasses? Curved televisions? But who needs those when you can just roll up a television into a box and store it away? A couple of years ago here at CES, LG Display showed us another prototype, a smaller 18-inch display that you might be able to roll up and stick in your back pocket like a newspaper one day. They've taken that same technology and applied it to a TV, but this is just a prototype, and LG Display just makes screens. They hope that one day TV manufacturers might actually incorporate this technology into their sets. But what you can see here is how the technology works under the hood as the TV shrinks down. So what's the point of having a rollable television? You can tuck it away when you're not using it, but LG Display thinks you might actually want to use your television at different heights. Maybe just to know what music is playing in the house or what the weather is. But they also think you might want to use a super wide format like we're used to in movie theaters, or possibly just watching it to watch television in the format we've all become accustomed to. Imagine that.
The Environment Department inspected again some of the sources of pollution in Manila Bay. Our Caroline Bonquien tells us the inspection unraveled layers of problems caused by residents and commercial establishments.
Teresa lives in the small shanty in a creek in Parañaque with her children and grandchildren. 16 of them use the small hole as toilet. Their human waste spill into the creek, which seeps to the Parañaque River and onto the Manila Bay.
Wala ho kasi kaming anuhan ng dumi. Kung gusto namin mailipat ng tirahan.
On Friday, Environment Secretary Roy Simatu inspected the creek where Teresa lives. He saw rows of houses without septic tanks. The situation aggravates the condition of bacteria-infested Manila Bay. To clean the bay, Teresa and 233,000 other informal settlers living near the water need to be uprooted and relocated.
Dito hindi na yata nakakarating yung high tide. Kaya hindi niya nahihila yung dumi ng stagnate na dito eh. So almost 1 billion ang quality ng coliform dito.
Coliform is a group of harmful bacteria from human and animal feces. The safe level is below 200, and parts of Manila Bay is home to 1.3 billion units of coliform. Aside from residential areas, commercial areas pollute the bay as well. Simatu also inspected the outfall of Estero de San Antonio Abad in Manila. The murky water inside the 60-year-old Manila Zoo flows to the drainage. Water comes from the zoo and nearby establishments. Manila Zoo admits they don't yet have a sewage treatment plant, but clarifies they have a septic tank. Only the animals' bathing water is discharged to the drainage.
Ito pong septic tank namin, mga nakahiwalay ho to sa iba't ibang parte ng Manila Zoo. Yung kanilang mga dumi ay aming ginagawang fertilizer.
Manila Zoo management says the local government already promised to help construct the sewage treatment plant. But just as important as Manila Bay rehabilitation is cleaning Laguna Lake. When it rains, lake water goes to Manila Bay, and during high tide, bay water streams to Laguna Lake as well. Like the bay, the lake is also polluted. Of 4,000 industrial establishments here, 2,000 have pending cases for their failure to meet the standard. Residents of over 60 cities and municipalities also dump their liquid waste here. That's why water is only fit for fishing.
Ang major source ng pollution, basically domestic. Kasi hanggang sa ngayon, majority pa rin ng ating mga domestic waste ay walang sewer system. Puro unsewered. Ang ating primary mode of treatment is mga septic tank, which is basically hindi siya talaga efficient para i-treat mo lahat ng mga pollutants.
With liquid waste as the main problem, Manila Water and Maynilad have been ordered to connect all clients to the sewage system. But Simatu says sewage is not the be-all and end-all solution. Along with DPWH and LLDA, the Environment Department will extract the silted material below Laguna Lake early part of this year. after which local governments will be asked to help in cleaning the water from the 17 rivers in Metro Manila, Calabarzon, and Region 3, which discharge water to the bay. Caroline Bonquin, CNN Philippines.
News from the regions. 2 members of the ISIS-inspired Maute group surrender to the military in Lanao del Sur. Authorities say the 2 surrendered to the 55th Infantry Battalion in the municipality of Pagayawan yesterday. They belong to the group of Abu Dar, who supposedly became the leader of the Maute ISIS remnants after the successful military operation to end the Marawi siege. Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Ian Ignes says, based on the debriefing, the 2 said they surrendered because they were tired of running and evading government troops. The 2 also surrendered their firearms. Meantime, 3 people drifting off the Celebes Sea are rescued after they went missing for 12 days. The Philippine Coast Guard says the survivors were identified as seaweed farmers from Tawi-Tawi and Basilan. Last Wednesday, the BRP Cape San Agustin spotted the survivors 2 weeks after their boat encountered engine trouble on December 22nd. They were rushed to the Camp Navarro Hospital at the Western Mindanao Command for medical checkup. In entertainment, R. Kelly's estranged daughter breaks her silence about the controversy surrounding her father. She is condemning the R&B singer. Joan Kelly, who goes by the name Buku Abby, posted a lengthy statement on her Instagram stories Thursday. In her post, she implied that she and her family have also been abused by R. Kelly. She apologized for taking so long to say something and expressed sympathy and devastation for all of those allegedly victimized by her father. Meantime, Lady Gaga took down a song she recorded with R. Kelly. The 2013 track, Do What You Want, is no longer available on iTunes, YouTube, and other streaming platforms. In a tweet yesterday, Gaga, a supporter of the Me Too movement, promised not to work with Kelly again. A recent documentary reveals allegations of abuse, predatory behavior, and pedophilia against Kelly. The artist has strongly denied the accusations.